What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when I post all of my tea talks. I hope everyone is doing swell, well, thriving, and surviving, child. Why does it sound like he in here? I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, a peaceful Thanksgiving, all right? Ours went well over here for the most part. It's a very busy time of year for me because, of course, you know, small business owners, you know, we got to get these packages out. We got to get these orders done before a certain time because everyone probably wants to put them up underneath their trees. So I will be doing a little bit of crochet at the same time while I'm talking to you all. So anyway, welcome to all of our new subscribers, right? And welcome to all of our new subscribers, and hey to all of our, you know, all of our returning subscribers. Child, as soon as I touched this crochet hook, I just went blank. This is my second time starting this video over. I'm just going to be very transparent with you. Alright, I see why I do what I do, and I do them separately. Because, child, I was a deer in headlights in the daytime. Do you hear me? Anyway. So, for the ones who have been here for a while, and for the ones who just got here, let me tell you, we have something we say before we open up any type of tea talk. Alright? Do y'all want to do the honors, or shall I? That's fine. We'll all do it together. Go ahead, get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you sipping on, get it and bring it close. Now, I had to put my crochet hook down so I can make sure I can say this clearly. Have you ever been in a situation where you have elevated, you have accomplished something, you have understood the assignment, and so the universe rewards you by giving you more, or elevating you, or enlightening you more, just like the lessons you learn once, like, you know, something like maybe like a bad relationship or friendship goes sour. You kind of learn certain things, and you take it on to the next relationship that you build, whether that's friendship and it's platonic, so on and so forth. But it's more or less that lesson previously taught you what to look out for. All right, this is going to be a tea talk that's like a follow-up to that, because once we walk away, you know what I'm saying, we get to a point where we elevate to a different point in our life, a new chapter in our life. And you know, we're all for watching scenery get smaller and smaller. Should we be on an airplane? Should we, you know, we be in a, you know, like a locomotive figure of speech? You know, we always look at things as they get smaller, as far as, you know, like leaving somewhere and going somewhere else. You know, that's nice. That's nice. But like my dad used to tell me in college all the time, because I was maybe the one or two out of the group that I was dealing with at that time, while I was in college down here. You know, I was just like, you know, I don't think they're going to walk with me. I don't think they're going to walk with me. I think they're probably going to take a semester off and like try to finish the next semester and then walk. And my dad's like, okay, well, shit, you know, that's what happens when you go partying on Friday night versus making sure you got all your hours in at work. Like, that's just what happens. Like, when you prioritize wrong, then the results that you yield, you can't be upset about. You put in the work to see a result. So if they just put in just enough, that's on them. Yeah, D's get degrees, but D's will have you working at Mickey D's. Do you feel me? So I said, and mind you, I graduated high school 2 years early. So I was just like, damn, because I remember when I was a senior, I was like, man, I really trying to make sure like all these credits add up because y'all motherfuckers is not gonna pull me right when I'm about to go up there on my road. It's about to be called to stand up. Oh no, no, we will be tussling out this motherfucker. Y'all had all this time to pull me and y'all ain't do it. I'm mad. So, you know, I was really like hyper vigilant about that. Like, hey, always checking on my credits. Fuck those grades, those credits, because I knew what I needed to be able to walk across. So of course I get my high school diploma at that time. Child, I'm trying to walk nice and classy, but power walk and 3-inch heels at 17, 18 years old. Oh my God. So anyway, so you know, now college comes around. In college I feel the same way. It's like I didn't double check all my credits. I didn't got all my transcripts in from different schools. So I'm like, yo, and mind you, I didn't even know I was halfway through my fine arts program until I took an orientation class at the last minute. And I took it at the last minute because I'm like, okay, well, I took an orientation class at the previous college I was in. They said it was transferable, blase, blase, blah. But they're like, no, it's mandatory. You done pushed it off long enough. You really got to take this class. And mind you, I won't really thinking too much of like how long it would take for this program, because I have been known to go for 2 years, take a year off, go back, and you know, continue the cycle. I will get I will, you know, I will obtain certifications and like little small degrees here and there along the way. But needless to say, like that big one, that big glory one, so it just always seemed overwhelming to me. So that same anxiety I carried from high school carried over to my college graduation, this last college graduation. And at that time I had just got my pet child and everything, and I was just like, it was even more adamant for me to make sure I graduated, because I had plans. Like, I had plans for my career as well as how I wanted my pet child to grow up. And that fear crept back in and was just like, yo, these motherfuckers pull me. I took that one class midway, and it was a project that we had to do based on our transcripts. And so I'm looking at the transcript, and then I'm looking at my program's credits, and I'm like, oh hell, shit, 2-3 more semesters, I'm out this motherfucker. So, you know, of course, I got my pet child at that time. The anxiety started to creep up the closer it got. And I remember telling my dad, like, yo, if these motherfuckers pull me out the line, I am going to, it's going to be a Crime Mob concert 2005, 2007, all over again. He says, look, okay, there comes a time where when you move on and you look in your rearview mirror, things are supposed to look smaller. The point is for you to look through the windshield and look ahead. The windshield is bigger than that rearview mirror. Okay? So as you drive, things will become smaller, and then things will become non-existent. What you have to focus on is what's ahead, because guess what? 9 times out of 10, the destination that you're trying to go to, 9 times out of 10, it's going to have people there that are already going to be rooting for you. They're already looking forward to meeting you and helping you develop and mature and gather wisdom and be in a better place and feel peace and feel secure and feel stable and feel strong and feel resilient. And that's when you realize perseverance. Bitch, Erica Badu out here talking some window seat. Fuck a window seat, bitch. I need a rear view. I need a rear view. I need a rear view. When I tell you, if your rear view mirror breaks off in your car, I feel like that is so disrespectful to time. If it needs to go, it's going to go. Don't worry. All right. So as time went on, of course, I don't know if the heifers hauled off and graduated or not. It won't concern me once they called my name, and my name only was the one that showed on that degree. So, I can't care too much. And, you can't carry people on your back. It so happens, they got in their own mind how much they want to invest to a situation. If that's all they want to invest is a couple of C's, D's, and some mediocre quiz grades, and that's on them. But needless to say, like, if you worked for it, if you earned it, there's a way to look back. Or, you know what, there's a way to give back without looking. It's called doing something, paving it forward that could help the people coming up. Sometimes people be real quick to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go get turkeys back to my old neighborhood. And then 6 months later, you're right back there. Yes, it nurtured you for you to be able to go out in nature and discover. But now that you've discovered, now it's time for you to multiply what you know and set things up long-term, longevity-wise, so that way, should the people in the past decide to be motivated by anything to come up, they don't have to feel like, man, you ain't doing nothing for the community, but yet you don't want to put in the work. Come on now. It ain't working. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. So when you say for instance, I would love to open up like a community clinic, right? But as I open up my community clinic, I want to be able to do like how America's Best does with their eye doctor's appointments. Do shit virtual, like, how you fill out the intake, diagnostic, situationships and shit, but yet you're coming into an office, but yet you're talking to me like this, but it's through a screen. Like, I can hear you and everything like that. I just have assistants around to be able to assist with moving shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? So that will take a lot of investment and take a lot of work. But if you're worried about me coming back to give free consultations or to give you $5 sessions versus you get up, get insured, do what you need to do, and book an appointment, pay your copay, and come see me, that takes effort. That means you want to do something. It's not a thing of, oh, well, I'm coming back to just give. You know what I'm saying? But needless to say, stop looking in the rear view and look ahead. You know what I'm saying? That's where you're trying to go. You're trying to go ahead. You can't go ahead looking backwards. You know what I'm saying? You're going to look backwards, you might as well put that bitch in reverse. As a matter of fact, no, just park it, get out, and just walk. Because the longer it takes you to get back, it's going to take you twice as long to get back forward. And even then, what you trying to go after may not even be there by that time because you miss your mark, you miss your bus. You know what I'm saying? You too worried about the people that you leaving, but them people, they got their own journey. They got their own thing that they got to do. So whether y'all supposed to go into medical school together, y'all ain't gonna be the same type of doctor 9 times out of 10. Y'all may not even work up in the same company. But needless to say, if he just wants, he or she just wants to put in the bare minimum, then that's on them. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. You feel me? Look through the window share. Like I said, there's someone that's already there waiting on you, excited to see you. Don't even know that you're coming. Don't even know that you're coming, but you're the type of guest that they will happily open their door and invite you in. That's the type of company, you know what I'm saying, you looking forward to. Acceptance, stability, whether it's you talking to a pastor, whether it's you talking to a therapist, whether it's you talking to a mentor who's in that same industry that you trying to get into. Someone is going to be there. God is going to put someone there for you. So then that way you aren't walking into something new feeling scared or afraid. He don't want you to be like that. Indifferent, we can change that. But I think God understands nervousness more than he understands fear. Okay? New territory always brings a nervousness or an anxiety, but fear, I don't think that's possible if all it is you just worried about what's going to happen next. Be prepared. Know where you want to go. Get there knowing that you not only have the talent, you got skill. You got shit to back up shit to back up shit. Because guess what? There is no going back. Even if so happens you do have a plan B all the way to C. Hell, I got one all the way to H. I got one all the way to H. I'm up to F right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like there's 2 different ways to get into your neighborhood, there is 2 different ways for you to get to where you need to be. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, but trust and deliver. When it's time for them bitches to hatch, get your car seat, get your babies, and go. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? And I also will say, I'm saying all of that to say this too. Because if I'm going to be absolutely transparent, let me tell you, her head is kind of small. Let me tell you, I have been gone from home for about 11 years now. And so within this time frame, I think I've gone back home maybe 3 times. 3 times. I think my spiritual sister, I think she's a subscriber. So, I mean, she could correct me if I'm wrong. We met in 2010. So, needless to say, I've been down here for 11 years, and I think I've gone home maybe 3 or 4 times. And each time I go, I do take inventory of how much things have changed, as well as, like, I take inventory of, since things have changed, you know, what will be the possibility of me expanding my businesses into that state. And so I look, like, I what's the word I'm looking for? I think about it, I evaluate it, and as much as the inner child in me would love to, like, be like, yeah, like, let's do something back home, if it's really not a business idea that will be really lucrative, knowing that it's a military state, it's like, it's not, I'm not gonna say it's not worth it. It's just, I don't really go home a lot, and I find that, like, less and less, there's a reason. Like, it's in the rear view. It's in my rear view. Like, I left because I had a plan, and I accomplished it and then some. And so, knowing that's why I left home for, you know, it's like there's not a lot left for me to feel that it's necessary for me to go back. And anything that is back there that wants to, you know, be frequent in my life is going to have to put in the effort to meet me where I'm at. That's not saying someone's beneath me. That's just saying reciprocity. You know, like, I fought tooth and nail to get out of where I was, and now I'm out of where I was. I'm not trying to dig my way back down there either. So it gets to a point where you ask yourself, well, what if the people in the rear view come around a second time? Well, hey, they gotta meet you where you at. I mean, if you grocery shopping in a whole different state and you bump into them, yes, it's a little sus, because guess what? You ain't know they were in town. But at the same time, you know, it's good to see. You gotta make sure they not AI first. You gotta make sure they not AI first, because child, AI has got me to a point I don't even like being on YouTube. If I do put something up here, I put it up here and I go. I don't stay up here. But needless to say, with all this trickery and foolery going on, you need to double check the person ain't got a twin. But once that's all said and done, it's just like, you know, clearly for us to run into each other in two different places in the world, you got to be doing something around here. So like, what is it, and how long have you been doing it? You know what I'm saying? And you know, if so happens that person wants to put in the effort and they show up, where you see like, okay, this motherfucker here wants some reciprocity, all right, you take it from there. But just remember, you know, there are some people, you may leave them in the rear view once. They may learn their lesson. They may come around. And then you may have people that you see in your rear view, and bitch, you may just never see them again. Whether it's in this life or the afterlife, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay? It ain't working. I just wanted to do that again. Anyway, y'all, that's what I got for y'all. Focus on the future, not the past, all right? Someone is going to be there at the damn train station waiting on you at the next destination. Hey, I need to put that on my shirt. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great day. Clearly, hope y'all have a great day. All right, and remember what I said in one of my last videos. I think it's realized, right? I said in that video at the end, and for some odd reason, I'm closing with this. In school, we have folks that, you know, today would, you know, need what will be considered IEPs. All right, now, this is not for the ones who really need it, who really use it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about back in my day. I'm just giving you a modern version of what they would consider it in these days and times. Don't fuck my words up. All right? But back then, when the kids back in my day used to run the street and mama was working 3-4 jobs, single parent or both parents, they just trying to focus on getting this child through school. Fuck their relationship. They trying to focus on getting their children through school. You know, those type of parents. In that era, our parents went missing a lot. Literally. Like, they went missing a lot. So, in that time and era when I was in high school, we raised ourselves. And so, some didn't do homework. Some was always in the streets. So, of course, no homework was done. Hell, I missed my own prom because I went to work. Okay? So, in these small clustered classrooms, we had people who were, you know, fighting structure. Let me say it like that. They were fighting structure. They didn't want to, of course, like I said, they didn't want to do homework. They didn't want to come in on time. They were high as hell when they showed up. You know what I'm saying? They skipped school early. So when they're in these small clustered classrooms, they're not only trouble, but they're slowing behind due to their own detriment. Instead of, now mind you, we had sports. We had different clubs. I was in chess club, debate club, drama club, chess club. I was in all types of clubs. Don't judge me. This is why I'm so cultured now. Okay? But needless to say, I had one of those moms where it's like, the more you stay away, the better. So any club I could get in, I was in one every day, Monday through Thursday. Friday if I can help it. So mind you, you got the ones that were geeks like me, and then you had ones that, man, I ain't doing no homework. And you know, it was just a disconnect. It was a disconnect with them. Like a real bad environmental disconnect. So when the time came around and they will get to a point, they will get so frustrated, they made them own selves look extra slow. Because it's like, do you have your homework? No, I don't got my homework. Mind you, the teacher, she'll just be like, because you know what? She probably worked with special education, real special education. So this flipping out tantrum shit, this is a cakewalk. This is child's play to her. And I used to look at those teachers and be like, boy, I wish you were my mom. You got patience, yo. You have patience. So we got to a point where the school let it be known, like, yo, you know, they actually had a whole assembly meeting about these motherfuckers. Not the real special education children that need the help. So the state provides it, the city provides it, the county provides it. They were talking about the troubled ones that need the Scared Straight program. And if anyone has seen Scared Straight, Portsmouth, Virginia was on Scared Straight. Those school systems around that area, shouts out to Keisha if she's out. All right. It was a mess back then. So I say all of that to tell you this. We had a fucking assembly meeting about these troubled students, troubled youth. And we had to have, the principal had to have us have an understanding. 7th, 8th grade. When these folks trip out, you gotta understand, they sit by themselves and they're in a class with a door that automatically locks for a reason. Okay? So when they get to tweaking and shit, just pick up that classroom phone and call down to the office. They've still got some of them still got their diplomas. Some of them did not. They'll wait up till the week of and then drop out. Shouts out to Jeremy Washington if he's watching. Bro. And so, you know, they out in the world with us, normal people. And so they spaz out and shit like that. You may see some on the news. You know, you don't know. Some folks just be like, well, I'm gonna pray for you, baby, and just keep on going. But if they spaz out because they in the rear view, just remember, don't feel bad, because 9 times out of 10, they one of them.